What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today I have a butt-blasting adventure, spoiler-free review of Zombie Ass, Toilet of the Dead. All right, guys. So yeah, I decided to watch this movie. This is a movie I've seen before that kind of united the podcast, like the actual audio podcast that we do, and was also a gift from Plemke, who is a viewer of the stream and also a listener to the podcast and the YouTube that we have here. Now, Zombie Ass, Toilet of the Dead came out in 2011, and it is actually a movie that is by director Noboru Iguchi, who has done robo-geisha, Mutant Squad Girls, and of course The Machine Girl, which if you've seen any of these movies, should make perfect sense as to why this came about. Now, what is Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead about? Pretty much the title sums it up in a lot of ways, but not 100%. So essentially, this is about the story of a girl whose sister has passed away because of some bullying. They forced her to commit suicide at school because they made her fart in front of other people. And instead of dying from embarrassment, she decides to jump off and kill herself. Yes. So this is sort of the background story of this one girl who goes on a camping trip with her friends. One of these friends wants to find some parasites in order to swallow them up and become even prettier than she already is. And she doesn't like being shown up by other girls, but other girls keep getting these movie roles and things that she doesn't get. So she decides to up her game and swallow a parasite that she finds inside a trout. Come to find out that in the middle of these woods, well, there happens to be a whole horde of zombies that are happening in a small village that a doctor is doing mad scientist experiments on some of the parasites that have grown into the size of gigantic worms. There's a lot to unpack in this movie, but the thing that you should know moving forward is that this is an over-the-top, gory, gross, and somewhat sleazy film that is done by none other than Noboru Iguchi, who has done other films very much like this. Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead is part of his collection. I have not seen all of his movies, but just by some of the titles alone, you kind of get the gist that this guy just goes for it. He's done movies like Double Horny, Hard Porno, Scented Air, The Second Angel, Cat-Eyed Boy, and many, many more. Bad Butt, which is another butt. And there is a lot of ass in this, so you're going to get a lot of zombies. You're going to get a lot of ass. There is a scene involving an outhouse, so I guess toilet. And it is kind of about zombies, and they do get dispatched pretty frequently in very many gory ways, including a lot of asses. One scene involving a girl taking a shit in a outhouse, and a toilet zombie comes up out of the hole, and yes, even hucks turds at the cast. There is a lot of nudity in this movie, at least in the version that I have, with breasts, no vaginas or anything like that. A lot of the top portions of the ass, and a lot of parasites that come out of these people's bodies and turn into some of the most ridiculous shit that you will ever possibly see. This is not for anybody who is not into over-the-top films of the Japanese variety. This is a movie that is going to want to gross you out and add asses and parasites and weird, ridiculous flying monsters. I don't want to try to spoil anything for you guys, but I mean, with this kind of movie, you're really just gonna get a lot of crazy shit. I personally kind of enjoyed this film, but it does have its pacing issues mixed in with a lot of the storyline. So it is kind of all over the place, and a lot of the characters that you meet, one guy doing a lot of drugs, one guy that pukes all the time, one girl obviously who's always trying to be the prettiest girl in the room. There's a lot of farts in this movie. You could probably make a drinking game out of it if you wanted to go into a coma, which might be a good idea. I don't know. But I don't know. This movie is just one of those weird movies that I had to get because it's just one of those things that's just ridiculous, guys. And if you enjoy over the top cinema with like a lot of different types of gore and gross out factors, the nudity in the movie it seems really like, why is it in there kind of thing. It's really just in part in this movie just because they have like these parasites that they're huge. They're as tall as a human body and they wrap around people. And so I immediately grasp onto hentai stuff. So this is almost in a way like a live hentai movie, but not nearly as sexualized as all of that. That's why I say sleazy. Yeah, you'll see some nipples. Yeah, you'll see some bare ass. But other than that, it's pretty tame for the most part. It's in there and it is obligatory and there's no real reason for it. There's even a scene in this movie that involves two girls getting in the shower, and I'm not even sure what the message of that is. It's really odd because part of it seems kind of like sexual, but then it doesn't go there. So I don't really know. I think the idea for Noboru, who also helped write this along with like 3 other people, was to just go as far as they could without going over the line. But it depends where your line is, because I would assume that most people would think that this movie blew past that line a long time ago. But there are other lines, people, let me tell you, okay? Sexually, it doesn't get too out of control. That might affect some people in their enjoyment in watching this movie. But just for the sake of what the fuck did I just kind of watch, that's what you're going to get with this kind of movie. The gore is actually pretty decent. You know, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of heads popping, exploding, a lot of assholes with worms coming out of it, and just ridiculous humor, over the top humor that you will probably just be like, what the fuck is happening? And by the end, you're going to get a pretty crazy fight between one girl and another girl in the form of a monster. I'll just say that. And it's funny, while I was watching this, Christina came home and she was like eating her lunch. And I was like, this is probably not the best lunch eating movie that you could, you know, just happen to walk in on. And she just kept looking at me like, what the fuck are you watching? It pretty much sums up this movie. I don't know. If you've seen Machine Girl and Robo-geisha, you know what to expect. This is sort of the gross out version of those movies, mixed in with a lot of the gore and stuff like that. You know, say what you will about the movie, whether you like it or not. It is creative in a lot of different ways, and it just likes to push the boundaries. Something that the 2000s loved to do, and then we kind of like came away from after a while. You know, we had movies like The Meatball Machine and all these other movies that just sprouted out of there for, you know, just obscene ridiculousness. And it's just like, I don't know what I'm watching, but I'm entertained in some regard. Now, it's not from start to finish the most amazing movie I've ever seen. There are a lot of draggy spots that just kind of, you're just kind of like, okay, let's just get on with the story. It's almost like they cared so much about the characters and you won't really that much at all. Now, this was a movie that was on Netflix for a time there a couple years ago, and I'd heard that there was problems with the subtitles or whatever. This is the unrated version. I put this in my Amazon wish list that Plemke bought for me, so you can find the copy of this on DVD, and you can also watch it through Sling if you're interested in checking it out. But I just wanted to do a review of it, especially since Plemke donated this to the podcast and to the YouTube. If you guys have movies that you want to donate to the stream or the podcast, I have a whole slew of them, and you can follow the link down below or go to our website. It's on the front page there. Just look for our Amazon wish list. And if you see something that you'd like us to review, pick it. I try to make a wide variety of stuff. So all in all, I would give Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead a 6.5 out of 10. It is not a great movie, but it is above and beyond ridiculous and everything you would pretty much expect from a movie named this name. So what are you gonna do? Okay, if you think that this title's stupid and you don't like movies that go over and above to be ridiculous and make a lot of really bad jokes, then this is probably not the movie for you. But for those of you who do enjoy this movie and do enjoy some of the scenes in this movie and the gross out factor, sound off in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of this movie. But other than that, thank you guys so much for stopping by for this retro review from a 2011 release. I'll be doing more of this stuff on the channel just because I've been doing a lot of new stuff. So we'll try to mix it up as much as we can. But other than that, thank you guys so much for stopping by. And as always, long live the void.